Yeah, go ahead, man. This is not gonna scar him for life or anything. Welcome to Lanterns! I like this flying pose. He just kind of rockets himself off the ground with the power of the ring mostly. I wish that they gave him a green aura though so that we can see that visually. Earlier on, Hologram Hal was talking to John in the middle of the desert. A green aura around him would have been great. I know that they were trying to surprise the audience and go, oh, that's not Hal, that's a hologram, so that we can be in John's shoes and be surprised with him. Other than that though, why wouldn't it be glowing? Oh my god, that's Jon Stewart. That's him straight up from the cartoon. Most of my exposure to Jon Stewart is from the cartoon, from the Justice League animated series and Justice League Unlimited, and most of my exposure to Hal Jordan is not just from the Blackest Night books, which also features the rest of the Lanterns, which is probably one of my favorite comic book arcs of all time, but from the Green Lantern animated series, which if you haven't seen it, I implore you to check it out. It is the best way I've seen Hal used. Because normally, typically, I find Hal to be incredibly dry and boring. My favorite Green Lantern is Guy Gardner, though, so maybe that's my problem. But my second favorite is Jon Stewart, and he looks incredible here. Even his eyes are hazel. Also, Aaron Pierre, very handsome. I'm surprised I haven't seen him in more stuff. It looks like they're trying to stay confined to this small town to try to save as much money as possible. I mean, they haven't even used the green auras when they were necessary. I do like the ring prop, though. We got ourselves a crime drama. We're probably going to get one of those in Spider-Man Noir, which I am going to cover probably after Lanterns if nothing else starts. Because I really, really want to check that show out, especially with the Spider-Man movie just dropping, and I still haven't seen Superman, so we're catching up on a lot here. And I'm glad you guys will hopefully join me for the journey. Hit that subscribe button, and once we hit the subscriber threshold, I will do one of these reaction review things for the first X-Men movie. I like the actor that they got to play Hal Jordan, even though he's one of those Pedro Pascal types, you know, he has that same kind of handsome, older, goofy type of guy. I also like the decision to make Hal older, because in that Green Lantern animated series I was telling you guys about, he's the dad character, and I think that that was a fantastic place to put him. It gave him a personality. Dad. This show seems to be more taking him in that Han Solo, jerk with a heart of gold place, but if you left me in the desert not once but twice, we would have had to drop everything and we would have had to have a fight, because what is wrong with you? Then again, Jon Stewart has military discipline and probably is used to his drill sergeants doing much worse. Dude was a Marine, so the bullshit he's used to is not this type of bullshit. This goes away from the dementia side of the Shivering Isles and goes more towards the mania side of Shivering Isles. The idea that there's a man masquerading as an alien just hanging out here amongst the humans, and then it's a crime drama. It gives me a lot of Men in Black vibes, especially with your Ebony Ivory buddy cop situation. It's flipped in that the rookie is very stoic and serious, and the veteran is kind of a goofy dude, but it's a classic for a reason. I can't wait for him to put his badge on the desk at the Guardians of the Universe HQ and tell them that he's gonna go rogue. So far, that's where I think this show is going. That's my first prediction. We'll compile a list of these, and at the end of the season, we'll check off which ones actually happened. They get some more of John's personality through by the way he runs. He runs like the Terminator. I like the way the powers manifest here. I don't like that they blow away into dust, but I do like how they manifest right in front of you. It gives them a little bit of a weakness in that they have to actually construct. And I even like that he was able to use it to get music in this jukebox. I don't think he used all that money though. I think he just did this in order to get regular real earth change so that he can spend it at the bar actually buying shots. We saw John not only take a plane, but a rental car to get out here. Do the Guardians of the Universe pay in Earth cash? Or is this like the Men in Black in that Area 51 has a deal with the Guardians of the Universe that, hey, you know what, we'll pay them a living wage as a thank you for keeping the aliens from turning our insides into our outsides. Using his construct to make money is a very Guy Gardner thing to do, but the strategy of using the jukebox to get into a fight in order to get into a jail, that's very Hal. See, one of my favorite panels of Green Lantern is somehow Guy Gardner has constructed a box of actual edible donuts. So I'm totally fine with the fact that this money actually works. I like the way they handle Hal Jordan's origin story. We didn't get to see it for the 1000th time. He just told us what happened. I also love that Grandma's back there already on the hunt. This dude getting so upset at Hal pulling a What's New Pussycat was one of the funniest parts of the episode. I don't know if it was meant to be funny, but it was hysterical to me for some reason. This dude got so mad. Also, that song, I don't understand what the problem is. That song sounds like it would get this room of people turned. And that's what I was expecting when he did it. When nobody started getting turned in this place, I was like, why are they so weird here? But they're not weird. This guy got upset that I played too many times, so that's on brand. If you're from Alaska, get ready to get torn a new one, because they have no mercy for you guys in this episode. This lady struck immediately once Hal got up to go and fight. I was not expecting to see the whole situation go down right in front of me. I know this is a crime drama, but you'd expect that kids would probably be watching a show about Green Lantern, as we saw in the very opening shot where Jon Stewart as a kid is watching Green Lantern. But that's okay, little Timmy has lots of Green Lantern the animated series he could be watching. Not only did he not even get to talk to the dude he wanted to go to jail to talk to, because this cop's like, hey, it's not your jurisdiction and get the fuck out of here, and he's like, but that's an alien, and she's like, why doesn't she trust the Green Lantern when talking about extraterrestrial matters? I don't know. It sounded like she sort of believed him, but she's like, look, I still gotta do things by the book, I gotta do my paperwork, I don't wanna get fucking fired. But then that makes me go, okay, the government's probably not involved with Green Lantern and Green Lantern activities. I really gotta see that Superman movie. On one hand, I'm not super upset that the government isn't all up in this, because that was a really big problem with the Captain America and Bucky show. I ended up just dropping that show because I just didn't care about all of the political exposition. And I love political drama, but damn, that was some of the most dry exposition I've ever heard. There was almost no drama in the political drama. Man, I feel like this lawyer guy is an important character, but I cannot place it. If you know who this guy is, let me know down in the comments. They threw a little bit more shade on Nebraska here with these guys. Jon Stewart got so lucky being in the military, because otherwise I'm not sure how these guys would react to him. I was very uneasy this whole time we hung out here at the farm, and I guess that's on purpose, right? That's why they introduced these dudes as maybe most likely a militia. And the dad with the threatening hatchet. And oh yeah, you just had to go tell this guy that John was a vegan. He was oddly accommodating. A lot of things about these people on this particular ranch are very odd. The only person that wasn't odd was probably the little kid practicing football. Even the other adults standing around with guns not helping him with his aim are odd. You'd think that any of these guys would love to like throw around a football. Everything in here is too clean, too staged. I wonder who actually runs this place, or who actually has the funds to not only have this place, have armed guard, but to pay a caretaker to keep him and his family on the land, and then also to have that dude sign an NDA. This place feels like a government facility, which, if you want to work with the Lanterns government, just work with the Lanterns? Again, I feel like I have to watch the Superman movie. I feel like there's something I'm missing. So the sheriff is freaked out about something. The sheriff is also married to the lawyer. Jon Stewart slept with this lady's mother-in-law. I think something about this town is not what it seems. Their football team's called the Pioneers and they're worried about being colonized. Like, I feel like this whole town is the exact same way the Hammerfall town was in Marvel. That a whole military installation has formed up around this alien crater. And if regular people lived here, a lot of them probably don't know that half the people that they live alongside are federal agents. And I think that the sheriff knows, but likes these guys enough that she doesn't want them to be dealing with this. But it is more fun, so it does get a point over the Captain America and Bucky show. I am having a good time with this. Like, look at this guy. He looks maybe 10 years older than that lawyer. Unless we're meant to believe that the lawyer guy is much younger than he is. Because that lawyer dude looks like he's in his 30s, and this dude looks like he's in his 40s. During the weird grill conversation, this guy gives me more and more Lex Luthor, the bell cannot be unrung. It's so funny that he's like, damn, you're pretty impressive, John, for getting in that man's wife's pants so easy. You misunderstand the situation, Hal. She hunted him. And I don't blame her. You see somebody that's finally not your cousin? If you're from Nebraska, you're like, you know what? Maybe next time you make a superhero show, don't have it here, man. They read this guy to filth. He's from space. He gets the quickest and dirtiest version of these people possible. We don't know if he took some dude's face and killed the actual guy. We don't know if he's a totally new manufactured face. We don't know. We don't know if he's impersonating somebody else. He does say, hey, my boss is gonna miss me. So I feel like he replaced somebody, and not in the nicest way. And of course, we gotta advertise Harry Potter. AEW, my favorite wrestling promotion, has a yearly show called Winter is Coming. Cross promotion is their favorite thing in the world. The dude blows up and Hal's shield didn't get all of it, but the space alien does some interrogating of his own and finds out that Hal doesn't have his battery on him. So the fact that his protection bubble here is weaker than normal makes perfect sense. I love that. We are at maximum Stewart. Look at that goatee. We do another time skip to current day. It seems Hal is no longer with us, and neither is his ring. Which, yeah, the ring usually flies off to its new owner after the previous Green Lantern has died. But because this is a crime drama, I'm assuming it was stolen. It's whodunit time. This was a pretty decent pilot episode. I feel like there's some context I'm missing because of the movie. I gotta give this one a B+. It was a perfectly serviceable pilot, but so far so good. I was never bored at any point. Again, I would love some more green glow on some things. Maybe we could spend a tiny bit more money, but this is the pilot. I'm not gonna poo-poo it too hard. I love the casting so far, and we will see where it goes. I'm interested in watching more. Also, tell me what you give it in the comments. I recently finished watching X-Men 97, and it's all on the channel. If you're more into wrestling, check out my other channel. We're going to do some all-in coverage soon. If you're enjoying drinks down at the bar and you get propositioned by a nice lady and she asks you to walk her to her car, don't forget to wear protection. I love you.